The mother of a grade 8 pupil who was stabbed to death has shared the pain of losing her child on school grounds. Newzroom Afrika's Zikhona Tshona is following that story for us and joins us live from Polosho High School in Alexandra, where the Gauteng Education MEC, Panyaza Lesufi, is expected to visit today. Zikhona, what a tragic unfolding of events at the school today. Upon your arrival, what did you find? What was the state of the learners as well as the teachers at the school?
Tammy, I want to begin with that conversation I had with the mother of Mgayi, who tragically lost his life yesterday, as you've mentioned, on school grounds. His mother painfully detailing how when she arrived at the school, she found her son's body lying on the ground covered in plastic. Also, just reminiscing about their last moments together before she went to work. He actually ironed the dress that she was wearing that day, saying he was so respectful. She's going to miss him. Who's going to say "Enkosi mama" like to her right now? And given that her child is lost, she's also urged the school to please look into the security issues on school grounds, saying that it's unfair that she has lost her son, her only son at that, who was just 16 years old when he died yesterday. Now, the family has mentioned to us that they have not finalized funeral arrangements as yet for the teenager, but we do understand that the funeral will be taking place in the Eastern Cape. So, in the duration of this week, the family is expected to go to the Eastern Cape. But I am currently outside the Polosho Secondary School. The neighboring school, Minerva High School, has been protesting outside the school. Learners were released from studying today. We are expecting the MEC of Education in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, to make his way to the school. But I want to talk to the learners from the neighboring school who have come out on the Landalo, who have come out today to protest outside the school. Puti, nje unkhazele niziva njani ngale nto yenzeke izolo?
Into eyenzeke izolo ibe yitrauma ngoba uqhayiya umuntu esimqhelile ngiqhayiya besinaye then suddenly akasekho kanjalo nje.
Khanichazele ke bhuti, kwenzeka ntoni ngoku esikolweni senu ngoba nothe phumana esikolweni?
Ikhosasi izilazo sikhupha lapha esikoleni ngoba funa sizoncedisana apha ePolosho.
Ngabantu abagade into ezenzeka esikolweni ikhosasi. Into ezimbi ezenzeka esikolweni like ukulwa abomema abasha abantwana ikhosasi uye esigadile lo muntu. Ubutwethu ngapha ubhunju nguyimnikazi wekhosasi.
Khasichazele ke ukuziva njani ngalento wena uziva njani ngalento yenzeke izolo?
Lento yenzeke izolo itrauma like into yakhona into ebingalindelwanga ukuthi izokwenzeka vele ngoba nalabantu bebelwa enhle kandazi ukuthi icale nakuphi ngoba kufike kwavela sekuthiwa kufe umuntu ePolosho. Ave angithola
kuthiwa sekatshonile kuthiwa ukwaziwe.
Khanichazele seke nabona ifight apha into eqhelekileyo yento yokulwa kwabafundi apha.
Siqala ukuzibona kodwa lenzeke izolo asicelanga.
Balwa nabelwa. And into ephambili le ndaba yezikhothana yiyo ephambili.
Intoni izikhothana?
Abantu abajivayo into isuka ngezigimi lento lecala ngezigimi. Balweli base babuya bazolwa esikolweni.
So tell me, just the learners from the neighboring school now who are starting to gather outside Polosho High School to protest ahead of the MEC's arrival. Just in front of me, they can be seen singing outside the school gates ahead of the MEC's arrival. Also, the young men, they're giving us some detail around things that happen around the school, saying that there are fights that happen, but into yokwazwa, the stabbing is not something that they have heard of before. Also saying that there are gangs or groups that compete in the school, and it's usually competition over fashion, is kotane, who's wearing which label and which label. We also did get some detail around that from the community members who said that there's a lot of gangsterism and groups in these schools which do result in some fights that take place here.
You know, earlier on, Zikhona, you mentioned the moment that you shared with the mother of the now late boy. Let's listen in to that conversation and hear her as she recounts her personal story.
Ndifike sekhona amapolisa bengekandixeleli bakwenzeke ntoni, ndingazi bakwenzeke ntoni. Xa ndifika egeyithini abathethanga nto, ndibone ngomntanam isidumbu somntanam sigqunyiwe, ndibone kenyawo. Ndabuza kwenzeke ntoni, akho mntu wandiphendula. Ndatyhila umntanam, xa ndibona nakumntanam uqhayiya utshonile. Andazi ke uba kwenzeka ntoni emveni koko. Akho nkcazelo endandayifumana engako uba kwenzeke ntoni ngalaa mzuzu, kuba nam bendonakele kakhulu ngosana lwam. Kuthe ke kuhambeni kwethuba xa sendehlile bandichazela ukuba umntwana baxa bekukho ingxabano ibisesikolweni. Bekusilwa nguye notshomi bakhe uqhayiya. Kodwa umfana wakhona uye wajampa ifensi wothatha imesi wabuya uqhayiya eseletepini wamgwasa.
As we hear from the mother, there was an argument that took place and the one boy went away and came back with a knife and upon returning then stabbed her son to death. Zikhona, do we know about the whereabouts of the boy who stabbed the young man to death? Any leads on that?
Yes, Tammy, he was handed over to police yesterday in the evening. What we understand is that shortly after the incident, there was an attempt to attack him by other young men in this area. So in the evening, his father handed him over to police. And while we wait for the MEC to arrive here, the learners have started to gather. There's one young girl who just wants to say something. The MEC is coming. You are concerned about your safety. Just come, cousin.
I feel safe nokuze esikoleni sokuyinkinga nje because mawukuthi kuzoliwe ekoleni sekuyakwazwana isafety yethu asisabona ukuthi isikolo sisase nathi because ama-security bayabekela ukuthi asigade asibone ukuthi singena nani ey'koleni. Oqala umenza ungena esikoleni, ma ungena esikoleni sokufa abantu and stuff. Yes.
Thank you very much. Young girl from the neighboring school saying now she's also feeling very unsafe as school children. They don't expect stabbing to take place on school grounds.
Zikhona, Tshona, we will keep abreast of the developments happening, and this is in anticipation of the visit by the MEC of Education. Certainly a tragic turn of events, as the young girl is saying that schools are supposed to be places of safety, and where are they going to go to? And it will even end up with children being hesitant to go to schools because they feel that their safety is not guaranteed.